once you ventured into television, you became one of its biggest stars. It Takes a Thief was 1968 with Fred Astaire, as we mentioned. Switch, 1975 with Eddie Albert. And Heart to Heart opposite Stephanie Powers from 79 to 84. Not bad for somebody not wanting to venture into television.
It's been great for me. Been great, you know.
I was.
And the audiences around the world, you know, Heart to Heart, I mean, it played in, I think, 97 countries or something.
Yeah, we were talking about the syndication. They still play them.
Yeah, I know they are. Yeah, isn't that nice?
Do they keep sending the checks?
Yeah, they do. And I got a credit card, you know, so it all works out.
It works out. It's great. Syndication's wonderful. I would be remiss if I didn't mention your role as number 2 in all 3 Austin Powers films opposite Mike Myers.
Right.
How would you describe that experience?
I've been in the picture business for 60 years.
Yeah.
And I'm known as number 2.
That's what the doorman said today. Number 2 is coming. That's right. Yes, yes, he is.
So, you know, I was on Saturday Night Live, and Mike had written a couple of skits.
Right.
I played a gay nurse in one of them, and it was a terrific night, and it was my night, you know. And he liked me, and he liked my work, and so when he wrote the character, he wrote that character of number 2 for me. Hit the door, and I said, "Oh God, what an opportunity!
Yeah,
terrific." I'll tell you a funny story. You know, you forget about the power of the movies. I was in France, and my wife Jill and I were driving through, and I went into this little restaurant in this little town. I don't remember which one it was, and she said, "Look over there," and I looked over there, and there were about 10 kids out there going like that.
And then there's a neck, and then there's a mouthpiece, and a reed.
Right.
And you put all those together, and supposedly it makes sounds. So this is my high school sax, and let's see if it works. Yeah, it worked.
Now, this is your high school sax.
That's my high school
Do
sax.
you play this in concert?
Everyone, every recording, everything that's ever been heard from me on The Sopranos has been from this sax.
So, as you moved on in your career, are there saxes that you could get that are much more expensive and much better made or anything?
I don't think so, actually.
Really?
No, this is a particular sax called a Selmer, Mark VI. It was made in the 50s. And there are some of these vintage saxophones around, especially in New York. You can find a lot of these things. Yeah. I bought this for $300 when I was in high school, and they're going for like $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 now. Now, there are newer versions of this, and some saxophone players would say, "Oh, they're better." Some saxophone players would say they're not better. So for me, this is me. This is I love the design of this. I love the way that all the keys and where they are. There's some different nuances in the new saxophones. I particularly like this style. So I would say this probably is the best saxophone in the world, this particular saxophone.
Wow.
So I'm enjoying the income. At 73 to do 150 dates, but most importantly, I'm enjoying performing for people.
Right. And I think it's mutual in that I've been to some of your shows, and it really is like a love fest.
That's the component that makes you go out.
And the love is mutual.
I kid about the money, you know.
One-sided.
I kid about it.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, I started out working for nothing, and I would continue working for nothing, because the joy I get, the payment I get back, is, don't tell this to the buyers out there, but I would work for nothing, because the joy I get back, truthfully, there's no money tag on that. There's no price tag on that. Really, I mean it, Mickey. You know me long enough to know I mean that.
How did you feel at that point, knowing at that point you were breaking barriers? I mean, you and Thelma and Joyce were the first multiracial group to have a primetime variety show. Were you aware of that at the time?
No.
And
not only we were the first multiracial group, we were the first group, other than a duet, to ever have a primetime show, and that holds true to this day. Yeah. And Thelma and Joyce and I, the three of us, if anything we have ever been really proud of is that we went on television 1 year after Petula Clark kissed Harry Belafonte, and it was a front page story as, what? And we went on in all of the Family era as a multiracial group, the
Right.
Greek Rican and
Yep.
the 2 African American
Yep.
girls, nobody thought a lot of America was going to accept us. Do you know that in the 5 years we were on television,
Yeah.
we never got one hate mail? Not one.
That's the significance of what you accomplished.
You're not kidding.
Wow. Wow.
And it's also significance to the way the country went. The country was
It
getting
was
better.
changing. It was changing. Do you think today we're living in a dangerous time?
We are living in a dangerous time because we have old habits and sometimes medieval
put it.
mythologies,
Yeah.
and we have modern capacities. We have atom bombs and nuclear weapons and cyber hacking and cyber warfare and biological weapons. So this is a dangerous combination: tribal identity and modern capacities.
Could be a problem.
It's a problem.
Right.
You know,
Does the current state frustrate you at all?
A little bit, but I'm always hopeful.
And you know, it's, yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
I
all-
also realize that people are doing the best they can from the state of awareness they're in.
Yeah, people are angry.
Yeah, they're angry, frustrated.
Something I'll talk to you about. You don't get angry anymore. No matter what I do today, I can't make you angry,
No,
right?
you can't.
I'm not going to try, by the way.
You can try.
Doctor, what's the best piece of advice that you ever received?
From my mother.
Really?
Know what your unique gifts are and then use them to serve the world, to make other people happier or increase their well-being.